So what's up?
A lot. I just came back from Australia.
Oh, hell yes. Tell us about your time in the Oz.
I got to pet all of the major Australian animals that there are.
Oh, crikey. Did you pet a koala, mate?
Yes, mate.
I am so jealous.
They have soft fur like a sheep's wool.
I'm gonna cry.
It is very good.
I figured they were soft, but I didn't know they were that soft.
Yeah, they are good. Their fur is like a little bit greasy, the same way a sheep's wool is a little bit greasy because it gets the rain off of their skin, or their fur, rather.
Oh, babies.
I also got to pet probably like 50 kangaroos.
Holy shit, that's so many.
Because the thing about it is that they just let them like run wild in the zoos and on the reserves, because when they grow up on reserves, they don't like have the same instincts as wild kangaroos, because a kangaroo in the wild will fight you. Like, you can get into a fist fight with a kangaroo. But yeah, but the kangaroos in the reserves, they like most of the food that they get is from people hand feeding them. So they just like will walk right up to you and be like, "Hey, can I have some?" And you'll be like, "Absolutely." And then you can pet them.
Oh,
and they're
my
just
God.
super into it.
Oh, I need to go back on your timeline because I probably missed a lot of your kangaroo posting because I was asleep.
I did. They
Oh,
are very good and very
I've got
friendly.
nothing. I've got nothing remotely as interesting as that. How long were you there? A week?
About 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose if you're gonna go to Australia, like 3 weeks is definitely the time to go.
Yeah, so we went, I went to, like, Adelaide first, and we went to a zoo there, and then the last few weeks we went to Tasmania and stayed with
Did you
another
meet the
group
devil?
of family. I did, yeah. I pet one.
Wow. Did he spin around like a whirly-bird?
Well, they kind of, like, go in circles sometimes, but not the way the titular Taz does. They are very cute and fun, but also like when they get old, they get really ugly because they like gnash at each other because it's just kind of like what they do. Actually, the like female ones gnash at the male ones because the male ones will like trap them in their burrows when they decide that they're their mate. Something like that. It's weird. Look it up.
Yeah, I will.
But yeah, so I have pictures of... There is a devil retirement home where they keep all the really old ones. And they have like really nasty looking tails and faces. And they just kind of sleep. And the younger ones, their ears glow red because so much heat goes into their ears because of their blood.
Oh,
So they have like little glowing
They get
devil
steamed.
horns. Yes.
They get steamed in their. That is the. Oh my God.
Yes. And they...
This is the fear baiting nature hour. We didn't watch a
It
movie
is.
this week.
We didn't
so
watch
we're
a
just
movie.
Gonna
We just
we're
watched
just gonna have Alek and
recordings.
talk about. Yep, Alek
Recordings
is
of
going to
my
talk about
things.
all their time with
Yes.
the Australian wildlife.
It was pretty good. And that was the major things of going to Australia, was getting to pet a wombat, which is my favorite Australian animal, and maybe just my favorite animal in general. A koala, a Tasmanian devil, which I only got to pet it a little bit because they are called devils for a reason, and a bunch of kangaroos.
Hell yes.
Too many kangaroos. But yeah. So that was that.
That's good. What a good weekend.
It was a little more than a weekend.
Well, not a weekend. Why did I say weekend?
I mean, I'm sure one of the days I went to the zoo was on a weekend. I don't really remember. But yeah. What have you been up to?
Oh, you know.
I don't.
Nothing really. I broke my leg, and that was the big thing a couple of weeks ago. But like,
Yeah. Leg still broken.
leg status broke.
Nice. I mean, not nice. But still. All right. Should we get into the movie now?
Let me see. Well, let me see what I got. Did I get up to like anything this week? You know what's funny? No, I didn't. I just kind of worked a lot, and then I went to my girlfriend's last night.
That's always good.
It was a fun time.
Is there any news in the horror movie?
Well,
or gay
hold on.
world?
We haven't even done the credits yet. The title. We haven't even done like the intro theme.
Oh
yet.
no, I'm sorry. I messed it all up.
Oh no, you're banned. Let's check up upcoming horror movie. Well, no. Okay, I'm gonna pull that up, and then now theme song.
Yay.
Welcome to Fear Breeding, everyone. It's your number one-star review on Trivago
Oh, no.
podcast of all time. I am, as always,
bad.
your host Lulu/Sarah, and Sarah is a name I'm trying out. I
Yes.
like it. Then joining us for the third time, now having collected the whole set of things, it's Alek. Alek,
me.
say hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
So, Alek, we've had Alek on before, and the last time Alek was on, it was both of us. And the time before that, Alek was only on with Blair. And now it's just me. So Alek has collected the whole set.
Yes, I'm the best
I think Seda probably has done that too.
Dang it. Well, I have to kill Seda now. There can only be one.
Seda is... You can't kill Seda. Seda is a fairy sprite that has been... a fairy ghost sprite that has been enlisted to just cause chaos on the line.
That is true.
So you can't kill an idea. Ideas are bulletproof.
God. I can't hear that without thinking of that one comment.
Yell at black people and
Yeah.
yell at black people on the internet. That's one of my
Exactly.
favorites of all time. They're not related in any way other than like I saw them a lot at the same time, like around the same time. Like I saw that image a lot, and I saw the image of Silent Hill 2, James Sutherland looking at a doghouse saying it's a doghouse, but there's no dog, and like a zombie
Yes.
dog is like flying in from off screen to attack him.
Extremely good. I love all
Yeah.
the memes.
All the memes are extremely good.
Just kidding. Only some of the memes are good. Many of the memes are
Alright.
bad. What's your
Alright, let's-
favorite worst meme?
My favorite worst meme. I mean, like there are like some, like if there are worst, are you saying like meme that I think is like low brow?
It
like, a
means
meme
whatever you feel it means.
I think my favorite meme that just makes me groan like a motherfucker is "You know I had to do it to him." Every
Yeah.
time I see that meme, I'm like, "Oh God, fucking damn it!"
It's a good one. I think my
Yeah.
favorite worst meme is probably "Dicks Out for Harambe."
Oh, I hate that one.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it does get me a little bit of a chuckle. I just like the cadence of it, you know?
I like the vine where the person was like, "Dicks out for Harambe." I said, "Dicks out for Harambe."
Okay, I like the vine with the person. This is what we're doing now. With the person who says 50% off of Gorilla Glue, more like discount for Harambe. And then she just looks at the camera like she's dying. It's extremely good.
Oh my God, was that a Left at London vine? Because that sounds like a Left at London
I'm
vine.
pretty sure it was.
Second best Left at London, third best behind I'm Gonna Crunch, I'm Gonna Munch,
Yeah.
and oh yeah, in.
Oh god, that was her?
Yeah, that was her.
Okay, she's the best
Nat
viner
is an
now.
inspiration. Nat is an inspiration. I want more content from Nat. Nat's videos are so fucking good.
Absolutely perfect.
When is at Left at London gonna be on our podcast? I'm gonna tweet that real
Please
quick. Hold on.
get me off the podcast now and get her on the podcast. Important research.
All right, I'm tweeting that.
Good. Okay.
More like discount for Harambe.
I absolutely love it. Okay, so what's our next step here? it is upcoming horror movies.
Yeah. Any news in gay? Hey, transgender people are now a legally protected class, so fuck yeah.
That's good. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but it sounds good.
I'm not either, but it sounds good. Because Trump tried to ban us from the military on so many occasions, which, don't get me wrong, military bad, and I don't think we should really be wanting to join it. But
but some trans people need to join it in order to make money and survive, and that's why they shouldn't be kicked out.
But also, it can be a bad thing to join, but also still be a discriminatory act against trans people on a massive scale. But anyways, Trump tried it too many times, and then Lambda legal team was able to be like, nope, this is law. We are love and protect all trans.
True. Welcome to the resistance.
Yeet.
God. Okay.
Welcome to the resistance, Trump. You got us all protected.
Nice.
Let's see what's new on upcoming horror movies. Apparently, Truth or Dare came out, and I want there to be just a movie that looks that bad, but is it's fun bad.
Yeah.
I've been disappointed by that, by Wish Upon. Every time something comes out that promises me Final Destination ass deaths that is not Final Destination, I need to just completely temper my expectations, because it never does anything that I care about.
Yeah, absolutely.
It Chapter 2, James McAvoy and Bill Hader are in talks to join the cast.
Oh. I don't know much about those people.
Well, Bill Hader is, he's the SNL guy, the one who's really tall and sounds like he has a film of milk over his voice box, where he kind of talks a little bit like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. James McAvoy, he's on the blacklist? I think he's on the blacklist? No. I'm thinking of someone else. James McAvoy is a handsome boy.
James McElmore.
Yep. He did voice work in Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, perfect. My favorite. Isn't there a sequel to that coming out called Sherlock Gnomes?
That's out.
Out.
He was Charles Xavier in the X-Men's.
Perfect.
So I don't know who they'd be, but I do think they should. If they don't get Dane DeHaan for Bill, I'm gonna be very upset and disappointed.
Yeah, I still haven't actually watched it yet.
You know what? Good.
I need to watch it.
You need to. Yes, you do.
Yes, there are a couple movies that were covered, I guess, on this podcast that I haven't listened to the episodes of those podcasts yet, because I haven't watched the movies yet.
Oh, man. Our episode on it is 6 months old.
Yeah.
That's a mood.
Time passes. That's a fact. Okay.
Let's see what else upcoming horror movies has to say to us. Doesn't look like a whole hell of a lot. Oh, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom got a PG-13 rating.
That's good for them. They really earned it.
I think we were just about to get into the plot of the movie. Sorry for that diversion there, folks. We watched 1469.
Nice. Got him. Wrecked him.
Yeah, hell yeah. So we watched 1408, starring John Cussman.
Oh, don't swear.
Yeah, don't.
No cussing on this podcast. We have to go back and watch a different movie because there were cusses in this movie. By cusses, I mean cussmen.
Cussman, I like that.
Yeah.
John Cussman.
Yeah. So this was the movie that was voted on the Patreon poll, and it was
we put up a Patreon poll.
Yeah, it was also one of the movies that I suggested for the Patreon poll, and the reason I
Alek
suggested
wins.
I do win. I win the podcast. It's my podcast now.
Well, folks, it's been fun.
Yes, it's my podcast, and I'm canceling it because podcasts are too much work for me. But the reason I suggested it is because I watched it when I was in high school for a class that I can't remember the name of, but it was relevant to the subject material somehow. We also read the short story it was based on, which was way, way, way shorter and can be summarized in like probably like 3 sentences. So I'm going to do that right now. It's a guy who's a writer who writes stories about, or writes reviews of supposedly haunted places, and he goes into a supposedly haunted place, and the guy tells him, no, don't go in, but he goes in anyway, and the room is creepy, and he gets set on fire, and he escapes the room, and he's like, don't go in there, it's haunted, and that's basically it.
Yeah, that is about it. Then there's like an hour of fucking like...
So that's the short story. And there were a few things about the short story that I thought were really interesting that movies can't do because, you know, the difference between the two mediums. And there was one line in particular where when he first enters the building, he touches the wall and it describes the wall kind of feeling like cold, clammy flesh. And there's not really a good way to kind of emulate that idea or feeling in a movie without having the character just be like, this feels like flesh.
Maybe that part when he fucking does the when he like touches the bleeding wall with the big old like ass crack in it.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That makes sense. But again,
so let's talk about this movie.
Yeah. Okay.
So you already said John Cussman, Mike Island. He goes to a very poorly attended, a very low attendance book signing at like a bookstore that looks exactly like the bookstore that was there for my college.
Yeah. Well, the opening scene is him going to a hotel, and the people at the hotel are like, this place is haunted. And they're like really hamming it up. And he's like, okay, can I have my key? Can I please have my key so I can go to my room? Okay? And so, like, the opening scene is just saying, like, this guy is a writer who writes about haunted places, and these supposedly haunted places get, you know, more revenue because they're in the book, so people want to go to the places that were in his books that sell pretty well.
Uh-huh.
And then on the ride home, he gives the review of the place 6 skulls out of 10.
So that's going to be our rating scale for this week.
Exactly. And then he says, screw it, 5 skulls. But then he goes to the book signing after that.
Yep. And then there's like people that are like, what's the scariest place you've ever been? Have you seen a real ghost? And then someone comes up after the book signing to give him like a book that he wrote as a young man. And then she's like, hey, you wrote this book a long time ago. You're going to write it again? And he's like, no, that me is dead. And then they're both like, and then I assumed this character would show up again later, but she doesn't.
Nope. Yeah, she's literally just there to hint at the fact that he has a tragic backstory.
Yep. And he does plenty of hinting like that himself. He talks about not wanting to visit some woman after quote, what happened.
Yeah. And his like, he goes to New York to go to this hotel, and his agent's like really worried about him. It's like, you sure you want to go back to New York? And he's like, nah, it's fine. I got this. And it's just like, why doesn't he want to go to New York? Ooh, mysterious.
Ooh, yeah. Why does Tony Shalhoub is like, hey, I want decaf coffee because I'm a real hard-boiled reporter.
Yeah. So he goes to the beach, and he gets hit by a big wave and almost drowns. And that comes up later. Yeah, so remember that. But he doesn't,
because some big hunky beef boy who is the worst lifeguard ever, walks over to him and is like,
you good?
Hey, bud, you dead?
You still breathing? And then he goes to the post office and gets a postcard that says, don't enter 1408. And he adds the digits together, and that adds up to 13. And he's like, cute. One of the things I like about this movie is the main character's apathy towards everything.
I thought he was just drawing like a bad emoji on the card. That's just how bad my brain poison is. I thought it was like the one is like the squinted eyes, and he's just like that's just like he's got like a really low eyebrow line.
Yeah.
And then like the 3 face, and then the equals because he's got both hands up instead of just the one.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's actually probably what it really was. And then he calls the hotel, and they're like, this room is unavailable. And he's like, but I didn't say what time. And then he like offers a whole bunch of times up to like next summer, and they're like, the room's unavailable. And then he's like, ooh, and gets a lawyer to make them let him stay at the hotel because for some reason it's illegal if they have a room open to not sell it to him.
Yeah.
Which probably isn't a real law, but maybe.
Could be. I'm not going to fucking look it up. I don't give enough of a shit about this movie.
Nope. But yeah. And then he goes to the hotel, and the hotel manager is like very seriously telling him not to go to 1408 because... And
yeah, Samuel L. Jackson actually does. I think it's a really good performance out of him. I mean, I think he's just a phenomenal actor in pretty much everything he does. But like, I was a little bit expecting him to phone this in a little bit.
Yeah, I thought like generally the acting in this movie was pretty good, despite how cheesy it is sometimes.
Yeah, no, definitely. Even like the bit part characters who like show up for like one scene and that's it.
Yeah,
like,
I like the mechanic.
The mechanic is so fucking good.
He's very good. Smart man.
So Samuel L. Jackson gives him some $800 whiskey, and John Cusack is like, "Oh, I'll take that, but I'm still going to take the room." And the guy's just like, "Motherfucker!"
Yeah, he gives him a book that's like a log of all of the deaths that happened, including like all the natural deaths that weren't like covered by the news, and an attempts to convince him to not enter the room because he quote doesn't want to clean up the mess after he probably would like kill himself because that's what the room does to you. And he then gives him the book anyway in an attempt to convince him not to enter the room by showing him all of the things that happened to the people that entered the room. And then, of course, he still enters the room because that's what the movie's about. He also mentions, Mike says, like, something about the room having, like, a phantom, and the hotel manager is very adamantly like, I didn't say anything about ghosts or phantoms. This is just an evil room. Which I think it's kind of an interesting concept that the room isn't haunted. It's just evil. But at the same time, it doesn't really add anything. Like it would basically be the same concept if the room was haunted. But nonetheless.
Not necessarily, because the room being evil does make it like, you know, it can like make it, you know, it can like freeze him to death. It can make the ocean spill out of that painting.
Yeah.
But
the Shining Hotel could also make blood pour out of an elevator shaft, and that's not necessarily a ghost-related thing, even though it is a pretty solid metaphor for the genocide stuff, I think. But yeah.
So fucking he gets to the room and like he's like there's some weird shit happening. He thinks someone's behind him because the radio keeps turning on.
Well, for like the first like couple of minutes, he's just like, "This is it." There was a good goof where like when he first enters the room, really suspenseful music builds up, and the climax of that music is him just going, "This is it. It's just a room." It's
good. I like the it.
Yeah.
But then like some spooky shit starts happening. But it's like little spooky shit of like, you know, someone turning on the radio turning on, and like chocolates being put on his bed. Yeah. And also the heater doesn't work because he thinks there's someone in the vent. Mm-hmm. It's clogging it. And he calls a mechanic. And the mechanic is just like, I'm not going to fucking step in the room.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you how to fix it. You just do it. And you use the mercury. Because they're using mercury.
Yeah. Well, because they haven't replaced any of the tech in that room for however long it's been since it became evil. So it makes sense in the story, but it's still like mercury.
Do they explain why the room is evil?
No, I don't think so. I think that's the mystery, is that it's just an evil room.
Oh, sure. We've all had those.
Yeah. There was a like news article talking about the very first incident, but I don't think that there was a reason for the first incident. I think it was just like a scary thing happened in this room. Mm-hmm. And there's the first, I guess, motif. I don't really know if you would call it a motif, but you can hear a baby crawling through the walls. And at first it's just like, oh, it's just a baby next door. But later you find out it's something else. Well,
you can spoil it.
It doesn't matter. Later you find out that it's his child from the past. Because in the rooms around him, in order to mess with him, the room is showing him scenes of like
his past.
Yeah,
how he fucked
shitty
up.
stuff in his life, basically.
Today I fucked up. Told my dad to go eat shit. Walked out on my wife after our child died.
Went to go get cigarettes.
And never came back.
Yeah.
Reddit.com/r/TIFU. Some editor sees the 1408 and gets like really excited for a second before realizing it's a 0 and not another 8.
Oh no. He goes around with a black light for a while and just sees...
Trying to find the cum stains.
Yeah, sees all the cum stains from the people who jerked off before. And then all the blood stains from them dying after doing that, because that's what happens in 1408. You jerk off and die.
Do you think there's a porn... Do you think there could have been like a porn parody of this called like 1609?
Probably. I'm not sure how that would go out, but I think it would be really conceptual, and I'd be into it.
Ghost nut.
Yeah. And when he turns off the black light, painting is crooked, and that freaks him out a little bit. And then that's when the mechanic comes, but we already saw that happen. Or we already talked about that, rather. And then the room starts being more aggressive with how it fucks with him.
And then it's just like an hour of John Cusack getting fucked with. Like, there's a scene where he, like... I'm kind of just going to skip around this part because there's not a lot of narrative coherence to it.
Yeah.
It's just like, John Cusack goes out onto the balcony to try and walk to the next room because the room's driving him crazy.
Yeah.
And he walks the entire length, and then the building, and then he's like, wait, where's the other window? And then the shot pans out, and like the entire building has only 2 windows, and then the windows into his room. And he like screams and almost falls, and probably should have fallen, frankly.
Yeah.
But he goes back inside. What's some other ways the room fucks with him?
Well, that actually happens much later. But,
like I said, I'm jumping around as to how the room fucks with him.
Yeah.
You talked about like it showing him stuff, and that happens way later too. Like
That's
stuff from his past where he fucked up.
Well, like the first thing it starts doing is when he looks out the window. There's no sound out of the window. Like he yells, but it's like his ears stop working when he looks out the window.
And there's that scene with like the guy in the apartment across the way who's just like literally.
Oh yeah, that was a cool scene. So
yeah, that's one of the cooler scenes in this movie.
He starts yelling out the window, trying to call for help, and he sees a guy from the apartment complex from across the road, and he's like pointing to himself like, me? And then he stands up and he starts realizing, oh, he's mimicking my movements exactly. And that's really cool. But then he grabs a lamp so he can shine a light on the guy because he can't really see his face. And it's his face. And then a scary lady comes up from behind him and kills him. And then the scary lady is in his room. And that kind of made it a lot more cheesy and kind of ruined the really cool aspect of what was actually already happening. And that kind of sums up the whole movie, is that it's a lot of really cool stuff and a lot of really cheesy stuff kind of clashing with itself.
Yeah. There's that scene from my favorite Chronicles of Narnia book, the one with the boat. Mm-hmm. That's the name of the book, just the one with the boat.
The one with the boat in big fancy letters. He watches like hologram people walk out the windows and jump out of the building.
And kill themselves.
And that's really cheesy and weird. The TV starts playing a home video of his daughter, and this is the first hint that, like, oh, dead daughter. That's the reason that's his tragic backstory, is that his daughter died. Then the walls ooze black slime, and that's when he tries to escape out the window, but then all the other windows are gone, and then he goes back in. And
sorry, I just want to give a quick shout out to my mother on this podcast. She just brought me a 1 liter jug of water. Sorry, 3 liters jug of water.
Nice. Stay hydrated.
Because I am always a thirsty bitch.
Hell yeah. Then he sees, like, at this point, the hotel just kind of starts, like, changing rooms to show him scenes of his life before. So he sees a scene of, like, his kid dying in the hospital. And then the lights turn red for some reason, and he turns them back on, and he calls his ex-wife on his computer, but he doesn't really get anything across. He crawls through the air vents, and that's when he sees his past life again. That's where you find out where the baby crying is coming from. He finds a moving corpse in the air vents, and it was a pretty good moving corpse. It had like a dry face, and it says, "Help me," and he responds with, I can't help you," which I really appreciate, because there's a lot of stuff where it's like, I think that the actor does a good job of responding to things realistically, and when stuff gets too weird, he kind of tones it back down to just kind of like apathy of just like, I don't have a response to this, so I'm just going to respond very normally.
Yeah.
Which I think he did a very good job.
John Cusack, good actor.
Yeah. He sees another scene of, like, after his kid died, his wife he's like freaking out. It's like, we shouldn't have been telling her about God. We should have been trying to help her. And his wife is now, she liked the stories about God. And he's just like, God dang it, I'm mad about God. I'm going to get some cigarettes, okay? And then he leaves.
And there's some really good ADR there where they just said, like, I'm so mad. I'm going to go get some cigarettes.
Yeah. It felt like in the room where... I
did not hit her. I did not.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a good scene in that movie. I showed Andrea the room for the first time a couple of months ago, and she was like, what are you doing to me?
God, I still haven't seen it, but I have read the book about it. The Disaster Artist.
Yeah.
So,
in my opinion, the flower shop scene is worth watching the entire movie for, honestly.
yeah, that scene was like... The oh hi doggy part was improvised. And he had done that scene like 50 times, and the take that they took was the part where he finally notices the dog and says, "Oh hi doggy."
Oh hi doggy.
Yeah.
Speaking of doggy, someone's barking.
Yeah. In the Disaster Artist book, he makes a point out of that part being like a very, very fun part of making the movie.
Meeting a dog?
Yeah, where like his just response to seeing that dog and then being like, that was a great scene, let's use that one. It was very good.
Oh my god. So yeah, a whole bunch of shit happens in the hotel, and then a painting breaks and the
ocean comes out of it.
Yep. Oh wait, no, sorry, we missed the part where he's frozen.
Oh yeah, so
he gets
well, that happened when
someone cast Blizzara over the whole place.
Yeah.
And so I've been playing Kingdom Hearts lately. And everything freezes. And then it's like, well,
everything freezes, and then his computer turns back on because the sprinklers went on earlier to make it die, but then the computer turned back on again. And when he's talking to his wife again, telling her to call the police, a fake him takes over the computer and tells her to come to the room because, it's the room trying to get more victims. And then after that, it starts like storming in the room, and the paintings become animated, and it's a little cheesy again.
Uh-huh.
And then he smashes the painting of like a ship out in the ocean in a storm, and the ocean comes out of the wall. And then he wakes up, and it was all a dream, and it was back to when he wiped out surfing.
When he beefed a big one, dude.
Yeah, except he wasn't even surfing. He was just like standing in the water, and he was looking. Yeah, he was looking at the sky at a like plane advertisement banner thing. And when he wakes up and he looks at it, it says 1408 at the end of it. So that's like, oh, it was all a dream, and he had a special dream about 1408 because that was the last thing he saw before he almost drowned. And obviously, it's a fake out, and it's like. This movie is way longer than I remembered it, and I think it was because they were trying to make it so the fake out could be more believable, but they didn't do a good job at making the fake out believable.
Yeah. But then it flashes back to the hotel, and it's like... And then his daughter shows up, and he like has a really weird reunion with her. I'd say touching, but that doesn't seem like the right word for it.
It's a huge bummer, honestly. So, like...
It really is.
What happens is he sees his daughter, and she's like, I'm cold, Dad, and I miss you, and I'm sad about the fact that I'm gonna die. And he's like holding her and sobbing, and he's happy because he's like seeing his daughter again. But then she just straight up dies in his arms and becomes a limp corpse. And he's like,
she crumbles into dust.
Yeah, well, like she dies in his arms first, and then he's like, no. And then she crumbles into dust, and then he like goes hog wild and starts busting shit up.
Yeah. And then it like the clock ticks down to 0. Like the clock that had been going the whole time clicks down from 60 minutes to 0 minutes.
Yeah, and then the room resets, and everything, like when he came back to the room after the wipeout ended, or the fake out ended, everything was all like decrepit and gray and ashy, and then when the timer reset, everything reset, except he was still like laying down on the floor.
Yep. And then he calls someone, and they're like, why am I not dead? They're like, we cannot kill you here. You will continue to live the last hour over and over and over and over again. Or you can use our express checkout service. And then like a noose drops down from the ceiling.
Yeah, and it's
like a fucking airbag on an airplane.
Yeah, it's pretty cheesy. And then
funny.
He just walks around for a little bit and sees all the ways the room is offering for him to kill himself. And eventually it's just like, I'm not going to let you win, and I'm done arguing. And he throws a Molotov out of the expensive liquor that he was given by the hotel manager in the beginning. Yep.
And then he blows up the whole thing by causing a backdraft because he breaks a window.
Yeah.
And then in the movie, in the ending that we watched, he dies.
Yes. So this movie has 2 endings, and I didn't know that until
this movie has
now.
4 endings.
Apparently 4 endings, but I think there's only 2, and I think Wikipedia is wrong because I can't find anything about the other 2.
Well, they were shot. They were never put out.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah,
I'm really curious as to what the other endings would have been then, because it seems pretty binary.
Let me take a look-see while I have that here. Okay, here we go. So, Mike dies in the fire. The hotel manager is like, well done. And then they don't go to a funeral, but there's sounds of a funeral over establishing shots in L.A.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sam, I'm assuming, Sam, who is Tony Shalhoub, the journalist, reads Mike's story to Mike's dad.
Uh-huh.
Or no, sorry. Sam reads the story, and then audio comes out, and then that's it.
Okay, that made sense.
Then, sorry. So he dies.
Okay.
Sam gets the recording. Sam gets the book. Sam reads the recording, and it transitions to John Cusack speaking. And then John Cusack's dad says, "As I was, you are. As I am, you will be."
Yeah,
which is weird to me.
A nice little piece of foreshadowing.
Okay, by the way, you fucking liar. The one we watched was the third alternate ending.
What?
In the third alternate ending, Mike survives and moves to Los Angeles with Lily. When he plays the tape of Katie's voice from 1408, Lily hears it and looks shocked. Okay. Mike stares at Lily strangely. That was the third alternate ending.
That was the one that I watched when I watched it in high school.
What the hell?
That's strange.
Yeah.
Okay. So earlier in the movie, when it was getting really hot in the room, he called room service to get them to turn it down, and he said the room's on fire, and I thought that was some fun foreshadowing to the end.
My room's on fire. How about yours? That's the way I like it, and I never get bored.
Yeah.
Hey, now, you're a ball star.
That wasn't anything.
No, it wasn't. That's just kind of I kind of like make words and shit on the show, but it never really amounts to anything. And that's kind of like the charm of fear baiting, I like to think.
Yeah, it's like a lot of quarter jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all are just doing our gosh darn best. So the ending that we watched our first time was, so he dies, and there's a funeral. And the hotel manager goes to his wife, who's mourning, and Mike's wife, not the hotel manager's wife. And he tries to give her a box of his stuff, of Mike's stuff. And Mike's manager is like, "Hey, back off." She's mourning her dead husband, and the hotel manager is like, he did a good thing and he didn't die without a cause. And she obviously has no idea what he's talking about because she doesn't really know anything about the room at this point. But then the hotel manager goes back into his car and he sees a little girl in the rearview mirror going, "Daddy?" And it's like, oh, is that the ghost of the guys of Mike's daughter? And it sort of is, sort of isn't. And he adjusts the rear view mirror, and then there's a spooky monster in the back.
Oh!
And then he's like,
I think it's John Cusack's decayed corpse.
Yeah, it seems probably. And that's kind of it. The little girl finds his dad, and it's like, oh, it wasn't a ghost, but obviously it probably was kind of a ghost because there was a ghost in the back of his seat. And he listens to the... we probably should have mentioned this earlier, but he has a recorder that he carries around with him to speak his book ideas and story ideas out loud. And at one point, he somehow, even though he definitely wasn't recording while this happened, he recorded the scene where he was hugging his dead daughter. And you can hear the daughter speaking through the microphone, which implies that it wasn't hallucinations. It was real. It was actually happening in some alternate dimension or something, which is kind of cool. And I think that's just it. Like, he hears that. It's kind of cute, actually. So, like,
he hears the blues of Colin.
Yeah. The first thing he hears from the recorder is the guy, Mike, talking shit about him, basically, and he kind of smiles at it. And then he hears the scene with the dead daughter, and he's like, oh, this is a bummer. And that's basically it. It just kind of ends after that.
Yep. So on a scale of 0 to 5 skulls, how many are you giving this bitch?
I'm giving it probably the same as the like Rotten Tomatoes score, which is 3.5 out of 5 skulls.
Man, I got a 3. I got to give a 3.
That's fair. I'd probably actually say 3 too. I have a soft spot for it, I think, just because I watched it when I was younger, and it was kind of one of the first horror movies I watched, I think. So, like, there's a lot of stuff I like about it, and also because I don't watch that many horror movies, I don't have a huge reference. So, to me, this is, like, you know, decent on the scale of horror movies that I've actually seen, relative to ones I've listened to on this podcast.
Yeah.
So I like it.
Sure. We got some questions.
Yeah, we did.
I have never sat... this one from literally a hat fairy lesbian on Tumblr. I've never actually sat down and watched 1408 all the way through, so I always assumed it was a Shining style quote, the house kind of drives you nuts quote kind of thing. So my question is, what Trivago score would you give for room 1408? I mean, I already said 1 star.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what that means.
Trivago is like Grubhub for hotels.
Okay.
Or not Grubhub, Yelp.com for hotels.
Yeah. Yeah, 1 star, probably.
This question from the user Primordial Dream. Could you, in theory, fuck 1408, The Room?
That is an interesting question. I think absolutely, because of the part where there's that giant bleeding wall.
Yes, you just stick your dick right in that.
Just stick it right in there. And really, you can fuck any room.
Yeah.
You can fuck any room if you're dedicated, and it really depends on your definition of fucking. Like,
yeah, fair.
Is it penetration, or can it just be mouth stuff? So yeah.
Can you suck a room's dick?
You can suck a room's anything, but it depends on what you want to decide the dick is.
Okay. Is this hotel more or less haunted than Shining Hotel? This one from @Sprite_Pepsi on Twitter.
Well,
I'm gonna say less, because the Shining Hotel was a whole hotel that was haunted. This is just like a hotel room.
And technically, this room isn't haunted.
It's just an evil room.
Yeah, and also the stuff that's haunting the Shining Hotel is like multiple genocides. So that's a lot of haunted. That's like. As far as we know, if something is haunting this room, it's only one very evil entity, whereas the Shining Hotel is a lot of entities. So I would say the Shining Hotel is more haunted.
Absolutely. That's it for questions. Alec, you got a recommendation?
Yeah, probably.
'Cause I sure as shit don't.
Oh, okay.
What did I do this week that I liked? I've been playing Kingdom Hearts, and you know what? The thing is that, like, Kingdom Hearts is good, actually.
I can agree with that in spirit.
I'm having a fun time. The story's kind of wacky and wild, and the voice acting ain't great, but I know it gets better. It's fun. The gameplay is actually kind of deep. I know it gets deeper, and I'm excited to play more of them because I got what I affectionately refer to as the Big Boy Collection, which is every game on a disc.
Oh,
on one
good.
disc. So I'm gonna be busy for a while.
How do you
What's
get
that?
every game on one disc?
Every Kingdom Hearts game.
How?
You get the big boy edition.
Okay.
The Kingdom Hearts Final Mix 1.5, 2.5, whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh, that's fun.
We like to have fun here and play video games.
I guess my recommendation will also be a video game. I've been playing Minit lately, which is an indie game that came out fairly recently, where you die every minute, and that's the gimmick.
That's a mood.
And it's a Zelda-like, so you go around and you collect items that let you progress to different areas in the game. It's pretty simple. It's very simple, actually. And it's got a very nice art style, depending on who you ask. Some people might absolutely hate it. It's a binary art style, so the only colors are black and white.
Kind of like, is it the same guys who did Downwell?
It is not the same guys, but it's definitely an inspired style.
Yeah.
This is made by a small group of people. The lead developer is JW, or Jan William Nijman. I don't remember. I don't know how to pronounce his last name because it's Swedish.
Swedish names are kind of difficult to pronounce.
And he is 50% of the company Vlambeer, which made the games Nuclear Throne and Ridiculous Fishing and Lufttrousers.
And Super Crate Box.
Yep. And that's it.
A lot of great games out of Vlambeer Studios.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's a good guy.
We played a video games. Alek, where can people find you on the line? You
can find me on Twitter at Alek214 or 214. And that's
Is that it?
That's basically it. I don't really do much stuff artistically, but when I do, or if I do start doing stuff, you'll know about it on Twitter. So yeah, you can go to Twitter to look at me talk about cubes, mostly.
Cubes. Yay!
Yeah.
Love a cube. You can find me on Twitter at GayestLulu or on Tumblr, chiesatanakas.tumblr.com. And then also you can check me out on my other podcasts, The Wonder Yeerks and Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die. Wonder Yeerks being an Animorphs podcast and Henry Kissinger being a leftism politics podcast. You can support the show at patreon.com/fearbaiting, which I'm going to go to now so I can read off the names of people who support our show, because that's a goal. That's a reward if you donate at $5 or $10 a month.
Ooh, can you say my name first?
Yes.
Nice.
Let's see. All right. So here are our patrons. If you donate at the $10 a month, you get to make us watch a movie. You can just demand it. And that is Alek.
That's me.
Catherine J, Sophie, and Michael Kaiser. If you donate the $5 a month, you get the shoutouts, and you also get the short message. So if you haven't sent that in, send that in. Thank you to Paul Bechtel and Twitter user Lauren Altergeist for supporting us at those levels. Yeah, if you want to support us, toss us a couple of bones, help us make our podcasts, patreon.com/fearbaiting. That is going to do it for this week's episode. Oh, thank you as always to Seda for our incredible intro and outro music. Check them out at gaygothvibes.online. And
that's a great URL.
We will see you next week.
Yeah.
And until then, I'm Lulu.
I'm Alek.
And remember,
you can put a fucked up guy anywhere.
Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.